Hello, I'm Valentin Mandache, the architectural historian, and this is my first Facebook Live broadcast for a long time now. I got a bit shy of broadcasting on Facebook Live, but now we are in special times with the coronavirus going on around the planet. And let's start again. Being isolated, that's the way to communicate. Just to update you about my status, I am alive and kicking and trying to develop new ideas in the new world which is emerging slowly in these unusual circumstances of a pandemic around. As you know, my work, architectural history in general, depends very much on field work, going out into the outside, looking at the buildings, touching them, judging them, examining them, going by foot back and forth thousands upon thousands of kilometers. That is one aspect. Another aspect is going to the archive. My strongest point is the field work. You can imagine in the time of curfew, not being allowed to go to do the field work in town or in and around the Southeast Europe, Romania, the rest of the Balkans or Europe. You are stuck at home and you have to think at something else. Luckily for me, I have quite a long activity behind me and lots of materials accumulated in my personal archive, not speaking about architectural history photos. I have unprocessed photos which are well over 100,000 photos of architectural history theme from the Balkans, from Southeast Europe and the rest of Europe. I have lots of archival material, I mean photographs, notes, lots of interesting books, lots of esoteric material. So I can put together many interesting stories, materials and articles, video ones, narration ones, or written ones on my blog or other kind of media. So this is what I'm expecting to produce in this new, brave, new world. Obviously, my main means of earning a living was through consulting people who are doing renovation or restoration work, lots of tours, and even courses. Again, those implied going out into the field, meeting people, and doing lots of field work, which probably is going to be in much less quantity within the next year or two. Accordingly, I have to go somewhere else to earn a living, and I want to keep with this field, with architectural history. What shall I do? Again, luckily with this means of communication, Facebook, other social media, other medias of publishing like YouTube, I can do this kind of materials on these new medias for people who are interested about it. One is to go on a site called Patreon, which is a kind of YouTube, which is with subscriptions, where I have produced episodes where you can subscribe to pay me as much as you want in order to be able to put together those materials, where I can do some other kind of subscription methods, materials. So that is what I can do from my point of view. So as long as I will have a good enough, large enough fellowship, that, you know, in order to keep myself afloat in Bucharest, it means about a few hundred contributors, not more than that, so I'm not a huge organization, so that will be enough for me to bring to the world the knowledge and all of these interesting things which are a treasure trove buried here in Southeast Europe, about architectural history, the architectural identity of the peoples, communities living over here. It's extremely interesting. Another area which I want to pursue is a podcast in Romanian history. Romanian history podcast. There's nothing around there in this kind of environment, so I want to start podcasting on these lines. And obviously it's my point of view in that kind of history, which is not the official one, it's not the usual nationalist myth, it's the one which looks at, from a neutral point of view, at the stories of all the communities around here and also the international ones. So these are the setups. Otherwise, I am keeping myself healthy. I hope that I will not catch the virus, although I think I had it because I went to Italy in mid-January, and even now I'm recovering a bit from a bit of a respiratory affliction. So I have a hunch that I had it, so I might be immune, but nevertheless I have to follow the rules and I cannot take any chance. So for the time being, I'm here enjoying my garden, enjoying my library, enjoying my materials, and I try to put together these things. So keep up with me and look at what I'll be doing, and hopefully we'll build ourselves a nice and strong community around the ideas of architectural history in the Southeast Europe. Thank you and bye bye.